Well, it's no news that French player Ousmane Dembélé won the 2025 Ballon d'Or. Now he becomes only the second active player to win the Ballon d'Or, the Champions League, and the FIFA World Cup. Now, 10 players have now also became the number 10 player to win this award. That's winning the Ballon d'Or, winning the FIFA World Cup, and also winning the Champions League. Let me put my guys on the spot before we go into the conversation. I've got 2 of the 10 players that have done this. I'll add Bobby Charlton to make it 3. I'll add Ronaldinho to make it 4. Let me ask the guys in the studio. There are 6 players, the remaining 6 that have won this award: the World Cup, the Ballon d'Or, and also the UEFA Champions League. Only 10.
Cannavaro is number.
Cannavaro, I've done it.
Lionel Messi.
I've called Lionel Messi, so you cannot call him.
You didn't call Lionel Messi, did you?
I called Messi. I said it's Messi and Kylian, Messi and Dembélé are the 2 active players to have done it.
Okay.
Is it Gedmula or what? Yeah, I think
Gedmula
won the World Cup, then won the Champions League. Yeah, but then it was. Now we need to clarify something. Is it when it becomes champion that we're talking about? Or
well, of course,
those years that we call it so many.
If we add Bobby Charlton, it was still
okay. So Gedmula then Gedmula, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think apart from Cannavaro, Gedmula, right? Another players that.
Come on, you are forgetting.
Okay, Drogba. But Drogba didn't win the World Cup. He said World Cup.
Drogba didn't win the World Cup. He didn't win the Ballon d'Or also.
He did not serve completely. Yeah, he's out of it completely.
Ronaldo, right?
Yes.
Ronaldo.
Which of it, Ronaldo?
Okay, Kaka, I think.
Kaka's done it.
Kaka has done it. So we've called how many? 2.
You've called just 2. You've called just 2. Gedmula.
And Gedmula. No, I've called Cannavaro now. Cannavaro won the World Cup and won the Ballon d'Or. Yes, no.
Is it Ballon? Cannavaro did not win the Champions League now. Okay, he didn't win the Champions League. Madrid didn't win the Champions League. So
Gedmula and what's his name? Ronaldinho, right?
Oh, you've called Ronaldinho, nice.
No, I said not Ronaldinho.
Okay, you've added Ronaldinho now.
I called Kaka.
Okay, Kaka. So there's Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I called Ronaldinho already. So Ronaldinho is
that's
not
what I'm saying.
So I'm calling you.
Ronaldo de Lima or Ronaldo.
De Lima did not win the Champions League.
De Lima did not win the Champions League.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a no.
I would want to call the former Liberian president. What was his name?
George Weah? Did not win the Champions League.
He didn't win the Champions League.
He didn't win the World Cup, alright.
He didn't win the World Cup. I know he won the Champions League. Racking my brain. I know these names. I know.
Come on. Nobody's calling Zinedine Zidane.
Well, Zidane.
The names are Frank Beckenbauer, Paolo Rossi, Rivaldo, Kaka, Ronaldinho.
Rivaldo?
Yes. Remember, I won the World Cup, won the Ballon d'Or 2001.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think went on to win the Champions League.
My mind was going to Rivaldo.
I was not sure.
No, my mind was going to.
I'm not sure he won
it. Was I think I replaced him with Ronaldo because I know the Brazilian national team. As at when they did, there was a player. You understand that?
Now I knew Ronaldo, but I was too skeptical whether he did win the Champions League.
Well, that tells you that we know our football very well. At least we've called 2. Worst case scenario.
But that's Zidane.
I mean, Zidane. Funny enough. Zidane. But I mean, I know with Kaka.
Oh, of course. You know, one of the silent winners.
That way so sure.
Won the Champions League, won the Ballon d'Or, and of course won the World Cup. So it was just easy. Just go to that Brazil squad of 2002 and then pick whoever won the World Champions League and won the Ballon d'Or. But guys, let's come to the main conversation. Now, for the second season in a row, the Real Madrid players and the Real Madrid male team and their president, Florentino Perez, boycotted the award. Now, the conversation is how viable or how important is the Ballon d'Or? If clubs will continue to boycott this event, maybe for personal reasons or for reasons best known to them, it's a stated fact. The Real Madrid president, alongside UEFA president, are not friends.
Yes,
Ceferin and Perez are two people who don't see eyeball to eyeball. Absolutely. Because ever since Madrid's or Perez Super League was stopped, it's began to, of course, believe that either you're a Madrid star or you are anti-Madrid, depending on where you stay or where you sit on the table. not taking the shine away from Ousmane Dembélé, not taking the shine away from the guys who were presented with the awards
last year,
who won it, and of course Rodri last year. But then again, the ugly incident of Real Madrid boycotting the award. They are one of the biggest. They are the biggest club. One of the biggest. They've got players who have won this award in the past, from Cristiano Ronaldo to Kaká. Of course, 2 players who have won it in the past. Great players that have also done so for them. But it continues to wear its obviously.
And the rest of them, yeah.
Before you equally have the same thing with Barca. You have Ronaldinho. You have what's his name,
Messi.
So what are we talking about here?
But how long will it continue? Is it taking away the class of the Ballon d'Or?
It does. It has diminished everything about Ballon d'Or completely. Now here's the simple truth, right? Because of the whole, when the whole thing happened, people are busy saying, so supposed to be number. This so supposed to. Me, I went beyond that. I was like, come on, this shouldn't be the debate right now. If there's an award that somebody can feel not to honor, I remember what happened to Thierry Henry in 2004, right? This is 2004, 2006. The Arsenal got to the final. Then he equally got to the final of the World Cup. Yes. They failed to win the World Cup. I mean, imagine Arsenal saying
2006.
Yeah,
France did not get to the World.
2000, of course, final.
Finals.
Against Italy.
The one kind of won
now. Yes, now against it. That same year, Henry was in the final of Champions League. They lost to Barcelona. So imagine Arsenal as that year saying, you know what, we're not going to participate in this thing because we feel we're cheated or we feel we're disrespected. Now let's get certain things clear. This award have criteria. This award are democratic in nature. Exactly. It means subjectivity comes into this award. You understand? Yes. Subjectivity comes into the award. So it's not what you think, and there are criteria.
And it must always go your way.
It must not go your way. But here's a simple truth, right? What I want about awards from now henceforth, right? It's enforceability. If it's an award for a particular sport, can it become like some sort of a law or like something
but let me just.
I'm coming now. Okay. I'm listening.
No, I want to just read out the Ballon d'Or criteria for.
No, we know about the criteria, team performance. This we're talking about parties. I mean, if
class and fair play.
Listen to me now. Simple class and fair play, which is when you come to the class, it has to do with your attitude, your behavior off the pitch, what you're doing. You understand your contribution to community and everything. I understand that, but we're talking about the award itself. If as a group we've agreed that you know what, we need to reward excellence, I think it should be binding. I think nobody will now say, look, it will be at my own discretion. Nobody will not say that until the day I deem it fit. Any day I feel it's not going my way, I would, because what happened? It was clear last year that Vini is not going to win.
Yeah.
What was the name? Fiorentina that have become some sort of a lot in football. Say because we're not going to win, we feel disrespected, and because we feel disrespected, we're not going to be part of this award. Now, if teams tomorrow feel, they need to win too, or if teams tomorrow gang up together and say, because Madrid is going to win, we're not going to the award, what becomes of the award? So that's what I'm saying. There should be, what is the law that's governing this award? How enforceable is it? You understand? Can somebody just decide on his own and say, I'm not participating? Is it a voluntary thing?
I think this
now that's the issue. Should award be voluntary or should be because we are talking about a venture. Because I mean, it's a venture. They've agreed to say, you know what,
the most prestigious award.
Yes, they've agreed to say, we need to reward excellence. We need to reward standout performance. We need to reward certain, you understand, this to encourage other people to do more. Now, if somebody if we're going to come together and do these things, then find a way of making it binding on everybody. Now, it's either as far as you're participating in this game, in this competition, it should be binding on you. Else, such award should not exist completely. If it's not binding on team, I feel awards should not exist.
Now, let's go back to my first question, and a lot of this I asked. What was the origin of the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
What is it? A European best player? Is it a world best player?
I'm coming to that.
Or is it player playing only players playing in Europe? What is the origin
players
of the award?
Playing in Europe?
Now it's no longer. It's not a European award.
No. To
see,
of course,
it's a mismatch. You don't get
it's a mash of everything. That is now. If you go and check their criteria, your performance both in club
and country.
That's international level.
So it means Salah's performance in Egypt also counted.
In Egypt, it counts.
So are you telling me players playing in Europe?
No, because at some point.
Exactly.
Senegal won the AFCON.
Exactly.
Because
so what is that the criteria?
Because one of those things that people,
I said,
remember
the mishmash. What we're looking at?
The mishmash. Remember last year, Vini won the Champions League.
Yeah.
But one area that people look at that they use
Brazil didn't do well in Brazil.
Is international performance.
And Brazil is in Copa, is in South America.
They didn't perform well. They didn't even perform
well. And that's because Brazil is South America.
So now
European award.
And guess who are the organizer? The French football and UEFA. So are they competing with FIFA? You understand what's the difference between this award?
Exactly.
There's a clear difference between
are they competing with the FIFA award? That's sincere.
Now for the FIFA award.
Yeah, let's hear.
For the FIFA award, the player from River Plate can be nominated.
Yes.
Yes. Now, but let's not forget, even at that, for the Copa Trophy, Estevao was nominated. He was not playing in Europe. He was playing in Brazil. Not in Europe entirely.
And that's what we're saying. They are competing with FIFA now. That's what we're saying. They're competing with FIFA.
They are now competing with FIFA.
And FIFA.
And FIFA what? What's this?
But it's always been there.
That's what we're saying. So, and now,
no, we're having two different awards.
I
Now
know.
the Ballon d'Or stands on its own. Organized by French football
and UEFA.
See, ironically, it means we have 2 FIFA awards.
2 FIFA, simple as well.
The FIFA award. No, the FIFA award is organized by World Football
No,
FIFA. For the FIFA best player.
All this one is nomenclature.
See,
that is nomenclature. It's 6 to half a dozen. 6 half a dozen. It's still 6. It's just the
criteria.
It's almost the same because Estevao will be nominated for the Young Player of the Year Copa Trophy, which is Copa Trophy in that area, and is not playing in Europe, and he says for playing in Europe.
And if the performance of what's his name would count against him, that's in CONMEBOL. If his performance would count against him in CONMEBOL. So what's the difference? That's my argument. See, you know what?
That is one. And I want to bring out 2. Who would now let me know that I leave the awarding of the best player in whether it is Europe or whatever Ballon d'Or is to few journalists.
Just 100 journalists.
Few, a microscopic few.
Journalists, yeah.
Will sit down
and decide
for
probably
me.
Copying basketball.
Who is a fan? Maybe someone who's covering basketball because he's a popular journalist. And tell me that the best player in the world is a certain player.
Fair enough.
It doesn't make sense.
Fair enough. In basketball, they allow players input, they allow coaches
input.
You understand?
That's how FIFA with players, and coaches,
national team
captain, yeah.
They make it. They make sure that all the stakeholders have a say. In Ballon d'Or, I can sit down. They can pick me from Nigeria.
Remember?
And because I love Messi, I won't even look at the criteria and pick Messi.
Simple, yeah. You remember?
It is preposterous.
Remember?
And that's always a McAllister.
See, remember that same last year that Perez and his gang refused to honor the Ballon d'Or.
Exactly.
They were at the FIFA World Best.
They were there.
They were celebrating them.
Because Vinny was going to win that.
Yes. So here is simple truth, right? Ballon d'Or should define itself.
What is it for?
Make it see.
What does it stand for?
For me, Ballon d'Or should be strictly a European award.
Absolutely.
Now, so anybody can win it as far as
European descent.
Of
European descent.
Yes, it should be. Now listen to me now.
Synonymous with the CAF awards.
Yes, it should be synonymous with CAF base. I mean, CAF
awards.
Best player award. As far as you're a European player, regardless of where you're playing for, this award should
recognize
recognize
you.
Uzbekistan,
Afghanistan.
Don't give us
this. Europe now. No matter you're there.
No, I'm saying European player.
Yes.
You're playing in Nigeria. You're playing in CONMEBOL. You're playing in CONCACAF. You're playing in what do you call them? Oceania. As far as you're a European player, you can be considered for the award. So that we know that it's a European thing. So that we know that
best player in Europe.
Because so that we know that whatsoever Tina Perez is doing it for just this. And that's one thing. The other thing is this: can this thing be made binding? If we want the glamour that is attached to this award, the value that this award is supposed to carry, if we want it to be there, can it be binding on every?
The reason why it's not binding is this because UEFA are partners. But they are myopic partners. You know why? Well, I'll put the word I say myopic, and for lack of words, apologies if they listen to me. Is the fact that they are partners, but they are silent partners. In the sense that if you ever was one in charge of this tournament, Madrid would dare not walk out on them.
The simple see.
Madrid would dare not walk out on them
because Madrid cannot boycott the champions.
Oh yes, they can't.
Yes. Now,
they would dare not.
Why? How did we get to a point where a group of individuals all sit down and organize an award and will make it this powerful?
French football.
It's been there for a long while, guys. See, it's been there before the FIFA Best Award.
There's a group that do this. There's a group that do this with the French. I've forgotten the name of the group. I think you call the name of the group.
Amori group.
They did so. It's a group
that thought about this award.
You understand? So I feel.
They've invested so much over the years, and the award has come to stay.
We are not doubting that fact. Can you now make it binding?
Can you make it precise? Can you make it specific?
Now that
can you make it binding? Can you have a bromance, a relationship?
Can we really make award binding? Because even till now, let's I'm coming.
You cannot see. You cannot, with all honesty, walk out of FIFA award.
You dare not.
You cannot, with all honesty, as a country, you understand, walk out of CAF award. We've seen that happen.
You shoot yourself in
so
the foot.
So do you know what? Make it a European thing.
Yes.
So that make it binding. Mohamed Salah now, no matter how he performs, none of his business there. Vinny, no matter how he performs, none of his business. Jude Bellingham, his performance counts because he's a European. You understand?
Yes.
Rodri, performance counts because he's a European. Now, so you can now say, you know what? We are considering both performance in club
and
competition
and for players with European Decent.
So it
that's
gives
how
it
the
more
Ballon d'Or
meaning.
should be.
It should be like that because it's a mishmash.
Because
You're bringing an Estaval that nobody.
It is
Listen to me
competing
now.
with FIFA.
Listen to me. How many times did you watch Estaval?
I mean,
And with all honesty, how many of those journalists
watch
watch Estaval? So how did they vote Estaval? On
For the
what
Copa
ground?
Trophy.
Yes.
Probably his performance.
Performance
in
on
Brazil.
paper because
of course. Let's not.
did
rule it
you
out.
now? We're
This
not
guy
denying that fact.
was in the
See whether
You
you watch him.
I won't. No, let's
So
not get it wrong.
no.
I won't watch the Brazilian league.
See, see.
I can watch the highlight of the Brazilian league.
It's not
I can,
enough.
but
It's
no,
not
I'm
what
going
we're
to
saying.
organize.
That's what
I'm going
saying.
to organize.
No.
Because we
it's
cannot
an
watch
award.
all the leagues in the world. Simply because I want to watch a player.
That's why we say.
But if I have a job,
Yes.
for example, to practically look at a certain individual,
You watch
I do
the-
have to
watch
watch
the
it.
clips.
Now I'm going to go somewhere.
watch the clips. Cut
When I
and
was
join,
writing
cut and join.
specifically on Nigerian players, regardless of where they were playing, I was watching it. I won't wake up 1 a.m. to watch Corinthians.
Let me
play against.
Let me wow you.
I'm coming.
Are you telling me
coming.
the 100 journalists watch all the leagues?
Now listen to that's another
In the
thing.
world.
That's what we're saying. It would have been
But it would have
easy
been easier if it's Europe.
if it is Europe.
Because they have it's more viable, it's more
see.
visible. There's TV, right? You can watch this
No,
game
so-
even in your sleep.
No, so even
You
if
don't watch all.
guess
What
what?
about games in Uzbekistan, in Afghanistan? What about games in Turkestan? What about games in Asia, China,
New Zealand,
Ethiopia,
Australia.
Malawi? Did they watch those?
So you
leagues?
should go and watch Ethiopian League for
That's
Ballon.
what I'm
yes!
saying. You know what?
What's the coefficient of
Forget
Ethiopia
about
in
that. That's
the
what I'm
rankings?
saying. So why don't you make it a European award?
and
Simple.
focus on
Now
it.
when we talk
There's
about
already
listen to me now.
UEFA
Listen to me now.
Champions League award is for
You-
UEFA players. Champions League.
See, that's what I'm saying. Make it easy for yourself. Make it a European award and make it binding. You understand?
Okay.
Because you are recognizing excellence. Madrid will not if this
They
award
dare not.
is fully backed by UEFA. You understand? And if this award is completely recognized by UEFA, Madrid will never have the guts.
To say they walk out.
You
How
understand?
dare they?
Madrid will never have the guts.
They
Now,
know
my point is this.
with their club Super League.
My
They
point
walk out on the
is,
Champions
guess what? Whether we like it or not, the weight of that award has
League.
diminished.
It's diminished.
The weight of that award has diminished. And I feel the UEFA is so unorganized, so undefined, because it is only in UEFA that an individual come together, created an award that is binding on their members.
And they support
Now,
it.
so now this guy is beginning to demystify it. Look,
Yes.
this one now just people just sit down and do this. I must not be binding. You understand? But
No,
if it's
they don't-
UEFA, how
Wait,
come
wait,
UEFA on his own?
Are you saying
So
that
now,
Perez
listen to me
is
now.
right?
Listen to me now. UEFA now is trying to play a double role here.
Double
They want
standard.
to do it in Europe. They only want to play the role of
Big
FIFA.
brother and player, exactly.
So
Now, guess what he's even doing to them? Because part of their issue was the refereeing issue. Guess what he did? He didn't just report. He refused to report the refereeing issue to
UEFA.
UEFA.
He
He
brought
went
it to
straight
FIFA.
to FIFA.
Shut up.
So wait,
This is how he undermined them.
are you saying that Perez is right?
Because the award is not clearly defined.
Because I'm going somewhere. I'm
because
going somewhere. No, I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm answering
Okay.
you. You said because the award is not clearly defined.
Okay, that's why he's right to boycott. it.
Exactly.
He has the right to do that.
Okay,
Let's
let's reverse it.
It has not been given the kind of
Let's
the kind of
reverse it.
identity
Let's
it's supposed to
reverse
have.
All of a sudden, Perez feels that way, right?
Yeah.
Now, he didn't feel that 10 years ago when Ronaldo was winning. He didn't feel that when Ronaldo was winning or competing with Lionel
I
Messi.
agree with you.
Now, remember that there was a year that he felt Ronaldo should have won, that he knew that he was not going to win. They also boycotted him.
So now we're
So
saying
I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
So it means that I understand the whole conversation
is
of
binding.
No, I understand the whole competition of
if it is binding.
of wanting to make it a European award,
Exactly.
so that he binds.
He binds.
But on Perez's part, the only logical reason I can actually think of is a sore loser.
See,
He
Because
is
all of a sudden,
if
Madrid is not winning.
No. He's not a sole loser.
See,
Because if Madrid is not winning, he wants to boycott.
No,
He's a
not even
smart
smart.
thinker.
See,
Come on.
see,
I
no.
don't tell why he's smart.
See,
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 in
he's
love,
a very egoistic person. He
God
wants
bless
to,
you.
he wants to show the
Want
world
to
that
prove
look,
a
this is how
point.
big I
Yes.
am. I could make a
He's a
man
smart-
anything as football
he's a
is
smart
concerned,
individual.
and he needs to be curtailed.
He's a smart individual.
I'm
But
coming,
the only way
I'm
you can
coming.
cut him off is by ensuring that UEFA is in charge.
I'm coming. You understand? He wants to show the world that look, I can do and undo. The only way you checkmate him, because he's been on this. I mean,
For a while now.
what's the main thing that is making him bitter? Super League that he felt was not supported. That is the issue. An idea that he nurtured, an idea that he felt should come to
sold to
fruition.
so many people,
That they
yeah.
said, no, we're not going to allow this thing to come to fruition. Since then, he's been feeling like, it's okay, I'll go on, messing up things. And he's been doing this. So now let's assume this thing is binding. That all member countries, or all members, or all participating
Member
members sign and
countries,
agree that
yes.
look, it's an award that recognizes excellence, and because it's an award that recognizes excellence, all of us must participate. Now, guess what? The biggest noise was Madrid is not going. Nobody cares about. That's how they cut down the shine of whole system. Rodri last year, this year again, nobody is talking about the Dembélé much. It's about Fiorentina, Perez. It's about Madrid. It's about how. I mean, and about that, a team of such magnitude, one of the biggest teams in Europe.
How not important
it is because people can walk out of it easily.
See, they pull that mentality. See, I'll agree. You can say anything about Florentino Perez.
See,
but he's just a smart guy trying to prove a point.
Let me even bring him down to this level. There are people that, if you give them platform, and you feel without condition, just like that, they mess it up. Maybe there are people that actually come to this platform and they work out just like that. You understand? Because they just come, they feel it's all commerce are fierce.
Yeah,
tie you up things
and put
coming in. There are criteria, there are things that needs to be done.
Exactly.
There are conditions that must be fulfilled before you can be on this platform. You see a different attitude. So the same thing. You cannot have an haphazard award. An award that is not well defined.
So the Ballon is losing his pedigree.
It has already. Lost. As a matter of fact, I will go with my award
by far. Yes,
because it's defined.
We know
it's strictly for
African players anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
Let it be like that. You cannot be the one to assume, because guess what? They only want to show, look, we can go toe to toe with FIFA.
That
was the idea. We can go toe to toe. So now I love what Fiorentina is doing. He's messing them up. He's bringing them down. Now nobody cares about the award. Very soon, if this continues,
don't forget
FIFA based, because it has taken over the shine of FIFA base, right? Very soon, I just feel FIFA will just take over their own thing.
Before you conclude, let me wow you. This thing was with FIFA at some point.
Yeah.
They had a clash with FIFA.
Yeah.
And FIFA pulled out.
Yeah.
I said, oh, whatever I do, we can do better. They redefined their award. Got a new plaque and everything. And the FIFA award is everywhere again. Ballon d'Or will always be Ballon d'Or, because he said it started long before FIFA. But now that all these issues coming up, first of all with the voting system, who is this?
Voting has always been there.
No, it's been there, but people have been complaining for years.
That's what I want to even talk about. I didn't talk about enough.
Everybody have been voting and everybody have been quiet.
I didn't talk enough
but
about
with Perez making this noise, it has now made it look like it's not even worthwhile after all. Why are we then fighting for such an
simple
award?
That's it. Now the voting too is what one big is something that probably
it's sickening.
About
it's not acceptable.
In Europe alone, let's even consider just Europe alone. We have top 5 European leagues, which has an average of 18 teams.
Yes.
Let me not say 20. It has an average of 18 teams. Tell us that, okay, well, this is commission we are paying attention to. You understand? These are the leagues that we're paying attention to. These are the leagues that we expect you to perform
because
very
the championship player will not be in the Ballon d'Or.
That is it now.
Exactly.
Now, what happened? What has been our debate here? We say in an AFCON year, what should take precedence? Is it the AFCON or your performance in the club? You understand? But on a normal year, it's your club performance.
Absolutely.
And we'll not go and pick Etolu Aroko that is scoring 30 with Genk and give him an award over a Mosala that scored 15 for Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly.
So define all these things for us. Define all those things are not there.
It comes out.
So it comes out clear.
And even if you want to make it, let's look at it now.
So that even that journalist, you understand? Even that journalist finally, even if you say, okay, we agree that let these 100 journalists be the judge, you make it a bit easier for them.
Even the 100 journalists can never be the judge.
They can't even be the judge.
They can never be the judge.
Well, there's no perfect system anyway. So
I'll tell you, if you are having, if it's European, it can be more compact and more arranged.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're having 4 countries, that's why we have 4 countries in Europe. Every country brings 20, 30 journalists. It makes it more broader. At least how many of you can never get it level.
Cannot think alike.
Exactly.
It is because we
give one man in Nigeria as journalist. It takes for the whole Nigeria.
Do you know what people are shouting about? That's why I love what we're doing here. Instead of talking about who confess, who didn't confess. If the criteria are perfect, a Barcelona will not push a
Lamine Yamal.
You understand? Against a Rafinha.
Exactly.
So sort out the fundamental problem.
People are speaking. Parents are speaking. They're saying that parents what will happen with the sports? I say that child is the best. They feel hard done by. And very soon, I've told you before we came on, I said it clearly. Very soon, Barcelona will boycott it.
That is it.
And therefore, you know what happened?
If you don't make it
a watery award.
Exactly.
It's too watery. If you don't make it watertight, if you don't define certain things, you understand?
Make it plain.
It will always be like that.
Right.
How many times have we seen in Africa? The only thing we just say, so space perform, but you hardly see
a disparity. A lot.
You hardly see a family. You hardly see a team in Africa saying, "We're going to." Who are you in Africa?
I said a player in African award refused to come. They gave to another person.
Simple, straight up.
And like nobody died. The world even became a better place after it.
Mind you, we're not saying Madrid is right doing what they're doing, but we're saying
ensure that you close all gap, close all loophole, and create a bridge.
All right, guys. Well, I'm loving the conversation and I'm enjoying it. But the truth is, even though I get the point where Uncanny Sam is coming from, where it's clearly said that let it be defined.
Yeah. Let it be defined.
If it's going to be a European award, let it be crossed into European players only.
Yeah.
Only. So that we know where it's coming from. But of course, the Ballon d'Or started years back and even before all of these. But maybe it is time for the Ballon d'Or to look at the award itself. If Real Madrid will continue to boycott the award, who knows? Like you rightly mentioned, another team can
the class of the award. Yeah,
a team can feel like they've become so powerful, or probably get a president who begins to get cocky and say, you know what, none of my players are even nominated. We're no longer interested in the award. It plays down the fact that I've got to feel like I said for Lina Caicedo, if she had won the Copa Trophy, even though Madrid acknowledged it, they would have not been there as a family.
They would not even celebrate it.
They would
not post it.
Because, of course, they did not say
a word about
on the social media. So
not one.
I get where it's all coming from. But the big question is, should the Ballon d'Or now focus only on European players, or it's time for the Ballon d'Or to change its scope? But I'll wait for my take on Florentino Perez when the FIFA award is held later this year, or probably early next year. If he will... And only if, I'm going to if and only if
he honors
the award. Now, if he doesn't honor the award, because of course, no Madrid player
listen to me now.
We win the award.
Listen to me now. Fine. So if actually agree on that, the same person that you don't even see, you don't write your brain.
He'll be there.
No, here is it now. It's not the same person that is reporting what they call it, the Spanish league to FIFA.
No, so does it then?
I can assure you.
Guess what?
Get your pen and paper.
Guess what? He boycotted UEFA.
Yes,
he went straight to FIFA. So would that person walk out of a FIFA organized award?
I want to assure him, front row seat.
Would that person walk out of a FIFA organized award?
With all the Madrid players. Front row seat. With their media. They will tweet about it. They will talk about it. They will shout about it. And at the end of the day, they may go to
imagine one of the punitive measure. That if you're not going to honor the Ballon d'Or, you're not being CAF champion. I mean, what they call it? UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, but it will sit there.
Imagine if one of the conditions says, if you're going to miss,
you understand? We fight it because it's not their business.
No.
I get where you're going to.
Even if you qualify, if you decide to boycott this award, you forfeit your position.
Yes. Or the player or the club?
The club will forfeit their position. So that
who are the
different
players? The club will let the club let the player go.
Let's assume Madrid because the award right. Imagine their punishment is okay. You're not going to be part of CAF Champions. I mean, I say CAF Champions League. UEFA Champions League this season. Who would dare? The money involved there and everything. Who would dare? Who would think twice?
2 hours for the kickoff.
That's what we're talking about. So we can see. I mean, UEFA should consult me. She contact me. Consult me.
There's a big talking point in the studio about the Ballon d'Or losing credibility and all of that. Even though Ousmane Dembélé did win the award, succeeding Rodri. As the way that I also do agree that Ballon d'Or is no longer the way it used to be. Maybe largely because of the players who are also in the conversation of the Ballon d'Or. Like you rightly mentioned. You know, I laughed when a whole lot of persons were pushing Lamine Yamal. In all honesty, his numbers were good, but they were not great numbers. His performance were good. They were also fantastic, but they were not great. Now, you cannot put an Ousmane Dembélé who had 60 games for club and country, 37 goals, about 52, I beg your pardon, goals contribution in 60 games. The Champions League, the French League, or the Trophy du French, and of course, also winning, I think the Super Cup.
Super Cup, yes. Champions
League player of the season, and then you expect it to go to another player. Wow. But it rightly deserves so. Alongside Aitana Bonmati, who were both named the Ballon d'Or for both the male and the female category. And for our own players, Chiamaka Nnadozie finished in 4th. Even though I felt she could have finished higher in that one. Fantastic with Paris FC last season. The best player for me in Africa at this moment, better than any other player. But she finished 4th. And Justin Madugu, who I understand has no contract with the NFL.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is how and where he finds himself working. A man who finished 4th in the Ballon d'Or, shockingly, has no contract with the federation he works for. It is high time the NFL begin to think and think deeply and reflect on some decisions they take.
You see
But I don't blame the NFF.
You see where
I blame Madugu.
Thank you very much.
I blame Madugu, not the NFF.
Thank you. That
If somebody is there to tell you to walk into a job,
you guys, no, I'm
without a
coming.
contract, you walk into a job without a contract.
Listen to me now. Listen to me. See, you guys should stop doing this. Sincerely speaking, you guys shouldn't make me angry.
How can you walk into a
No,
job
listen,
without a contract?
I blame Madugu.
Listen to me. Yeah, you're not giving a contract. How can a sport commission supervise a federation that will allow a coach who is not? I'm coming now. Listen to me. The sport ministry in the UK will not allow somebody the English FA did not contractually commit to come and work on this. You understand? So what is the work? Yeah, it's for everybody. How would somebody who is not contractually? So I mean,
how?
He's
doing IT. He's doing IT.
Okay, so you're doing IT. You
know, or on a freelance. No.
I'll show you a simple example. You're not the military guy.
You're not.
Then here are you carrying a gun and everything and trying to go to war. Does that make sense to you? Who will be punished? The guys supervise the guys
I blame the NFF, I blame Just Medugu, I blame the Sport Commission.
But the biggest culprit in this is Diko and his men. That guy has messed the commission.
Conversation for another day, but I hope that it's been fixed before the next game for the Falcons. But that's not the conversation. My question is, it is time to find a proper way to arrange the Ballon d'Or. Should it be a European award, or when teams boycott it, should there be punishment for boycotting? Or should there be laws guiding the Ballon d'Or so that nobody entirely boycotts the Ballon d'Or?
Just sorry to say this. And do you know why? If the crew that is organizing it continue organizing it will be difficult. But if UEFA as a body statutorily organized by the European law that is in charge of football, organize it, they can put some of these sanctions, you understand, in place. Some of the they will have the right to say, you know, these are the punitive measures.
Agree this with that.
Just like you understand. But if an independent body continue, then who is going to respect? Who are they?
Well, let's hear from you in the comment section about the Ballon d'Or conversation. It is heated. And the guys have given the award. They've said how they feel about it. Okanisam clearly thinks the Ballon d'Or has lost credibility.
100%.
I'm sure he doesn't watch it next year. I'm sure he didn't even follow it.
No,
because he did not follow it, because I remember clearly said he was not interested in following it at some point. Probably woke up and saw that Dembélé won it. Ballon d'Or. But let's hear from you in the comment section if there's time for the Ballon d'Or to have a change, or UEFA takes up the award from the French magazine organizers and then begin to have a proper award. Tempo Gist brought to you by Azar Studios.